Hello, my name is Mary.
And my name is Christine.
And we are sisters, and together we host this weekly podcast, Dawson Cries. My sister and I, we enjoy talking on the phone. Tonight, for instance, we spoke for 2 hours on the phone before beginning this podcast, so you're getting us.
Yeah.
We're on a friggin' roll of chatter. We like to talk a lot, but sometimes our conversations can get heavy. Tonight, it was heavy at first, and then we started joking.
I was pretty heavy.
Christine was heavy, but she got that out of her, and now we're gonna let Dawson cry so that we don't have to. That's the point of this podcast.
Thank God.
Thank God. All right, so this is a really good episode. We both really enjoyed it, so we're excited to talk about it. It's called The Election. Christine's gonna kick us off with the analysis this week. Go long.
Yeah, go deep. I'm throwing a spiral right at you.
Yep. Sports references, we don't get them, but we're going to make them.
We will make them, and we will not make sense. But it'll be fun. I think that we made sense there, though. Spiral, football, go long, go deep. Listeners, is it true? We got that sport one?
We're rambling tonight.
Hey. All right, I'm going to kick it off. Like a field goal.
I knew that was coming.
How could I not?
It was easy.
Well, all right, listeners. For real this time, we open the episode in a familiar place with a familiar face, the Big D.
Big D.
And Dawson Leary is nervously watching the Brady Bunch. Ugh. And Jen is like hanging out in that loser chair.
Oh, yeah, the loser chair.
Remember? Yeah, like the
Forgot about that.
chair. Yep. But she looks like very immersed in what I thought at first was like some homework.
Same.
She's like poring over some book or paper or whatever. Dawson's like, hurry up, blah, blah, blah. I'm going crazy over here. And Jen's like, yeah, okay, give me a minute. And she's like, okay, I'm done. And Dawson is like, bounces up into the air. His hair's flopping all over the place. He's like, what is it? What did you think? How'd it go? Because she was reading his script. The script that he has to do for the movie. And
he wrote it fast.
Yeah, he did write it fast in like 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm kind of jealous. Like, I try to write, and I've been working on a short story for like over a year.
Yeah, it takes me like a year to write a play, so.
Yeah, I'm slow.
And that's just like a draft.
Dawson's whipping through. It already feels comfortable sharing it.
I know. But maybe too soon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of where Jen goes. I mean, it's harsh. But also I will say, Jen, props to you, because that's a hard thing to do, is to critique someone honestly. And she does that's exactly what you need. You need someone to be honest with you about your work. But she tells him like what everyone would hate to hear, like, this is fluff.
Ugh.
There's no substance there, Dawson.
You're naive.
Really stuffed it like a stuffed animal. It's just nothing.
Yeah, but in some ways this is bad feedback, because she's not encouraging what she likes. She's just harping on the negatives, which is going to make him not want to write anymore.
Well, she starts off that way, but then she sees how devastated Dawson gets. He's like, just stick the knife deeper in the back, or something dramatic like that.
Yeah.
Classic D. But he, I think she's like, I better tell him what's good about it. She does say,
back that thing up.
back the thing up, yeah. She does. She's like, it was funny and heartwarming. Like, she says all this kind of probably BS.
Yeah, but
she does.
You don't believe it.
She does say, like, there's some good stuff in it. She just says it's missing that dark, core. And then Dawson goes on about how he's really dark and brooding and whatever.
Yeah, she says it's lacking the raw, dark pain that comes with being young. And he says, I am raw and dark.
Yeah. Which Jen is like, okay, I don't think you have any evidence to back that claim up.
No. Back that claim up.
Back the claim up. Yeah, Dawson's like, can't do it. It's fake news.
Yeah.
And then, Jen is like, Dawson, you don't really have this yet, but there's still hope, because I can give you a Teenager 101 course, a crash course in rebellion and revelry and immaturity and I want to sign up. Jen.
Same.
Yeah. Take me back to those crazy times. Yeah. I don't know, Mary. Would you be like, Jen, you're right. Dawson needs this?
I don't know.
Not having read the script, it is hard to say.
Well, I mean, it does sound like... I don't think he needs to do the things that Jen decides he needs to do. I think what he needs to do is honestly evaluate if he's writing a script, if he's writing a story, or if he's trying to conduct therapy through the script. You know, is he still trying to... I mean, what's the tone, too? Is he idealizing romance, or is he trying to be raw and dark?
You know he's idealizing romance.
Yeah.
It's Dawson.
It's the D. Yeah, so I feel like he needs to really think about what story he wants to tell and why, and... But I'm not of the mind where you have to live everything that you write, but it should come from true emotion, and it sounds like he's in too much pain from his breakup that he's not willing to write from that place of pain.
Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like whenever you try to write from pain, you always kind of get that comment, like, make sure you have enough distance from it, where you could do it in a way that's not just, like, too raw. You don't want to be too raw and too dark, because then no one else can feel it. It's like you're just feeling it for them. Mm-hmm. And that's probably what his script is like. It's like, oh, this was a perfect idealized romance, and then it ended, and I'm dead inside, and everyone's like, okay, like, sad for you, but I don't care. You know? I feel like I agree with you that he doesn't really need all that Jen thinks he does.
Right.
Although, by the end, I feel like they do break through. Like, she unlocks something in him.
True.
But it takes, like, some trial and error to figure out exactly what will work for Dawson.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because, I don't know, Mary, when you were 10 years old,
mm-hmm.
and Mom wouldn't buy you that candy bar.
Right.
Did you ever steal one?
No.
No, I didn't either.
Did you? It's just not a thing that I do.
I never stole. And I don't feel the urge to. I don't feel like I missed out on something by not stealing.
No, me neither. It's just, I mean, that's not part of being young. I mean, it's a crime. And I feel like she's trying to pretend that it's not. And it is.
Right. And it's also a very, like, white suburban thing.
Exactly.
Like, do it for fun.
Yeah.
So if a minority kid would be locked up in
I'm gonna get like a year in prison for this.
Yeah. Or even
or
potentially
worse.
Shot. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it is very spoiled, privileged sort of thing to want to do. Both of them can afford a candy bar, so they really don't have any business stealing it.
Yeah, like get your rush from something that's legal.
Exactly.
As boring as it is.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we catch up on Andie, and she is, like, all in a tizzy. And she wants to run for class president, and she wants Joey as her VP.
Yeah, she's manic about that.
Yeah, she's really, really excited about it. She wants to make a difference in the school. She feels that she can handle it. For some reason, she thinks that Joey would be a good running mate. Joey explains to her, I don't really do school activities. No one likes me. And I don't think you really want me on your team. But for whatever reason, she does. And after some hemming and hawing, well, we'll get there. But she also wants Pacey as her campaign manager. Much to Pacey's...
That's a smart move.
Surprise. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was interesting how Andie was like, oh, Joey, because Joey's big argument was like, everyone here knows my family situation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a clean slate. Yeah, I'll bring you down.
Mm-hmm.
And Andie's like, oh, the high school attention span is like 2 seconds long. You do have a clean slate. I'm like, no, she does not. I mean, high school is known for, like, you have your reputation and you can't live it down.
Exactly.
So I don't know where Andie got that. It's like, I mean, some things, yes, they blow over, but we've seen multiple characters bring up Joey's family situation.
Yeah, it just won't die.
Yeah, like, this isn't one of those things.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would pick Joey as running mate.
I wouldn't. She's she just hates everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not
really the type you want to hang with.
Yeah, I feel like she wouldn't, if I'm looking at a candidate,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Andie seems, she wants to make a difference, she's driven.
She's idealistic.
Idealistic. She'll care about other people's problems.
Mm-hmm.
Joey, I think, would be like, I don't care about that.
She'd be like, who cares? Let's just blow it off. I don't know what Joey would do. I just don't think she'd be very good for the job.
Yeah, I don't either. But I do think Andie would be good. And
yes, I agree.
Pacey's a great campaign manager pick.
Yeah, manager. Last episode we said he'd be a great manager.
We did.
Now here we are calling him.
Pacey for my manager.
Pacey for manager.
Yeah, put signs up in my office. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So that's kind of like percolating.
Mm-hmm.
The election in the background. Meanwhile, Jen is trying to get Dawson to do his first rebellious act of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
She shows up with him in the hall and wants him to just cut class.
Yes.
Just skip. And then this is something I feel like the show does a lot. She goes through like a whole thesaurus worth of synonyms for skipping class.
Yeah.
Pitch, cut, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, Jen.
So repetitive.
Yes, it's just like kind of stupid. But,
right.
Dawson's like, I've got a quiz in history. I can't skip today.
Oh my God.
Like, make it up tomorrow. I'm like, I don't know if you could really do that. Maybe at Cape Side High you can.
Yeah. But, no, you can. If you miss a quiz, you can make it up. They're not going to give you a 0. Yeah, if you're sick. I mean, they're going to pretend to be sick.
I guess, but can you pretend to be sick for just one period?
I don't know. Who's going to know?
You feel like you'd look at the attendance record. Maybe school isn't that well organized.
Who has time? Yeah. I think you could get away with it.
Well, no, I guess so. I guess you could.
Christine, do you remember the day that we both got sick and went home? We didn't know.
I do.
But then we felt better and we played outside all day. What? That was a great day.
I know.
It's very weird that we both felt sick on the same day. And then we were fine.
It was fate.
It was fate.
I also remember in high school, one day, my friends and I made this grand plan to cut class. Better hope that mom and dad aren't listening. I know. Well, no, it gets better. I mean, we were like, we're going to cut class, we're going to go to the gourmet, we're going to have breakfast, then we're going to go to the park, and we're going to do all these things. We're going to go shopping. We had a whole list of things we were going to do. Mm-hmm. And I, of course, went to swim practice in the morning.
Right.
You don't have to do that. And then
what'd you do that for at 5 a.m.?
I don't know. I mean, I was a diehard. What can I say?
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I'll meet you guys outside of the outside the pool door.
Yeah.
And I'll park right by that door. We'll get in my Jeep and drive. And I think we took maybe 2 cars. And we'll drive to breakfast or whatever. And we were all excited and giddy. And we're like, oh my God, we're going to do it. Woo! And we get out, and my friend Erin sprains her ankle.
Oh my God, classic.
And so we were like, oh my God. And she couldn't walk. And then we were like, we can't do it. We can't do it. It's a sign.
So my God.
We went to school. How lame is that?
Well, what did she do if she couldn't walk?
I think she might have went to the nurse. I don't remember.
Oh, you should have cut.
I know. I wish we did.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't, though. Unless we did and I'm forgetting. But I feel like we wouldn't, because it would have been hard to do it with a person that can't walk.
Yeah.
In case you have to sprint to get away,
It's not like Ferris Bueller where the principal's obsessed with you.
No, I know. We were good kids, so it's
yeah.
Oh, I did cut a lot of study halls to go to lunch and extra yearbook classes. I was a yearbook editor.
Yeah, I remember one time you made me go to school on a day I didn't have to go to work on the yearbook, and then you didn't show up. And I had no ride home.
I don't remember that at all.
That sucked. I'm still pissed about it, clearly.
I'm so sorry. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right. Well, anyway, we should get back to the D. So, back in Cape Side, Gail's having some trouble with her washer. She calls up Mitch because she doesn't know who else to call to fix it. Like, you don't have a phone book with a plumber's name in it? Okay. He says it's all fixed. And then she goes to try it out, starts spouting water, and then it's like your classic porno. That's basically what goes down. They're covered in water. Mitch takes off his shirt because he doesn't want to be all wet. She's like laughing hysterically. Like, it's not that funny, Gail. And he throws some water on her. She gets a look at his abs. Bing, bang, boom. They're going at it on the table, purposely knocking over fruits, making a big old mess for no reason.
Yeah.
Just banging it out.
I know. Yeah, Mitch is ripped.
He really is. I mean, I've noticed before, but it's like crazy.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, man.
He's got a great bod.
A great bod. He like.
But I still don't like him.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make up for it.
Right.
But it's funny because he like puts her on the counter. Then he's like, no, puts her on the table. It's like, just pick a spot.
Right.
Just like moving all over. Yeah, knocking stuff over. Yeah, so that was real porny. And then you even have a voyeur walk in.
Ooh,
the big D.
The big D.
Hey, and he gets a like gleam in his eye.
A creepy ass smile. He's got a shit-eating grin. He's loving it. Oh, it's so creepy.
It is creepy. But it's like he just wants his parents back together.
He just wants some boning all over the table. That he eats his breakfast on before school. Ah.
Ooh.
It's pretty nasty.
It reminds me of my happy childhood.
Yeah, so he's happy about it. He's loving it. He's watching it, and he's pleased.
And he sneaks out, so they keep going at it. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, man. And then I think we cut to the Ice House, or the Ice Box, or whatever their restaurant is.
Ice House.
Ice House, yeah. And Joey and Jack are, like, building a tower of half and half creamer things. It's like Jenga, but for work. And Joey's, like, trying to get Jack to open up more. She's, like, talking about, oh, who do you take after more, your mom or your dad? And we all know why Jack isn't playing along. He doesn't talk about his family. And Joey doesn't really know, you know, anything about it. And then she kind of, like, he dances. He is very good at dancing around the question and, you know, changing the subject. But then she, you know, she's like, all right, Jack, enough. You haven't answered any of my 6 questions about your personal life, or whenever anything gets real, you just, you know, change the subject. And Jack changes the subject again, and it becomes like a point of contention. And he, you know, basically says, well, I'm aloof, introverted, and unsociable. So that's just who I am. It's like, me too. Sometimes. But then, you know, he's kind of saved by the Abby, and she walks in with, what's his name? Chris? Yeah, the party dude.
Yep.
They're running for the election.
Ugh, naturally.
Because of course. But
I'm surprised, because, like, doesn't he have better things to do? Like, have orgies and get drunk? I
feel like he's like, I'll just do both. I mean,
guess.
It doesn't stop our current president.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Sorry to
Maybe there's a P-tape of him somewhere that Chris is trying to cover up.
It's out there. You know it is.
I know it is. Yeah, so, like, they meet up at the Ice House because they want to talk strategy. And Jack all of a sudden is like, Joey, you should run for president. You should run with Andie. You're a born leader. And Abby's, like, having none of it. But also, I'm like, Jack, why are you talking about this right in front of the competition? Like, he's being very reckless with his info. He's like a dummy. I'm like, what are you doing?
Poor campaign.
Yeah, shut your mouth, man. You're giving away all the tricks. Yeah. And you're a born leader. And Abby hops right up. More like a born loser. And she gives her, like, a real talking to. And she just, like, rips into her. It's vicious takedown. And very obviously and predictably, Joey is holding this big jug of water right in the foreground of the shot. And very predictably, she dumps it on Abby's head. And I was like, just waiting for that to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't say stuff like that to someone holding a jug of water. You just don't do it.
Well, Abby doesn't. She can't learn. I mean, she's already been slapped across the face for her mouth.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it going to take for the girl?
I don't know. I really don't.
I know. But you're right. Yeah, that was stupid on her part.
Yeah.
So Jack and Abby were being pretty dumb in this scene.
You mean Jack and Joey?
No.
Oh, both of them.
Abby.
Okay.
I feel like Joey must be dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she got drenched, and that shut that down.
Mm.
And then,
Yeah, but then, like, Pacey's at school, and he's trying to be the best campaign manager he can be for Andie, which is really nice. He's reading up on the Clinton campaign. And he's like, listen, Andie, this thing's gonna get ugly. And I'm just like, you have no idea.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Thought that was ugly.
Just wait for the next.
Woo! Wait for the next Clinton campaign. Oh my god. Andie wants to go Andie wants to go high, but everyone else wants to go low.
Yeah. Oh, Mary, it was painful.
It was hard to listen to her idealism.
A bitter pill to swallow, especially when she said this line. My heart just like split into a million pieces.
Mm.
My goal is to make government good and safe again.
Ugh.
Mary, I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Andie! Be real and be running.
Yeah, run for president right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch it now, though. It's very interesting.
Right.
Yeah. She's like my dream candidate. I'm like,
I know.
Good at heart. Yeah. Go high.
Yeah.
You know.
She has
Politics
ideas.
should mean something. She's
She
not
cares.
ego. She doesn't have an ego. It's just like, yes, that's what we need. That's what we want.
That's what we need. Andie. I don't even know her last name. We just need her. Andie. McPhee. Sorry, I don't know.
Oh, McPhee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Pacey's inspired. He's like,
He is.
wow, you have the way of speaking down. You're like speaking these bumper stickers.
Yep.
Like it's sound bites. She's like doing all of his work for him.
Right.
He's like, I just need to write these down, you know?
Yeah.
So she's like born for the political stage.
Mm.
At least until her family gets involved.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get there. But Joey, unfortunately, has already been dragged through the mud.
She has.
Yeah.
She's used to the mudslinging.
She is. And it hurts her naturally. And she's upset. She's like, we need to hit back. We need to at least stand up for ourselves, defend ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Andie kind of shuts that down. She's like, no. We don't need to respond to that. Our best revenge will be winning.
Mm.
And you can kind of tell, like, well, you can say this now, but I don't know if you'll be able to later when it's when it's your family on the line.
Well, that's very true. It's easier said than done.
Right. Yes, no, it is. I mean, that's why it's so effective. It just, it both captures you, like, you feel trapped by that dialogue and that information, and it also captures everybody else.
Right.
Like, oh, all right. It's out there. It's in everyone's head.
Mm.
It's tough. It's tough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
pretty brutal.
Yeah. So that's kind of set up for later.
Yeah.
But then we have the whole stealing scene.
They're talking loudly about shoplifting right in front of the clerks again.
Yes, I know.
What is wrong with you people? They can hear you.
I know. So dumb.
It's ridiculous. And she wants him to steal a lipstick. I'm like, maybe have him steal something he would actually want. I mean,
yeah,
right?
That's not a Snickers bar.
No.
Lipstick.
No.
Yeah. If you're going to steal, make it something you want.
Yeah. So anyway, Dee has a heart of gold and he puts it back and he pretends that he stole it when he didn't, because he can't do something like that.
I know.
And this just pisses Jen off. She gets mad. She's like, stop hiding behind that psychology degree that you don't have. It's like, Jen, just because he doesn't want to steal.
I know. It's like we need more people that don't want to steal.
Exactly.
It's a good thing.
It's a good instinct to not want to rob a store. That's probably a mom and pop shop.
Yeah. I mean, they sell Urban Decay, but, They still deserve to be paid for that.
Wow, Christine's really slamming Urban Decay.
Oh, no, I like Urban Decay. But, it's not a mom and pop brand. That's all I'm saying.
No, but they could still... I mean, it still seems kind of small town shop.
It does. No, it does. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
To say, just go in and shoplift.
You can steal from the big brands.
Yeah. That's a different story.
Oh my god, a friend who used to say that all the time.
You do?
Like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, this was a while ago. In college.
Might be more common. Stealing might be more common than I think.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah. It's just never something I'm a Dawson, though.
Listeners, if you're like to shoplift, tweet at us. Just kidding. Don't incriminate yourself like that on Twitter.
Yeah, be careful.
So meanwhile,
don't shoplift.
Yeah, if you're like Aladdin, you gotta steal to eat to live, then,
Yeah, you get an exception if you're Aladdin.
You can tell us more about it when you got the time. Chris and Abby, everyone's giving their campaign speeches at school in the auditorium. It's a very high pressure situation. Chris's whole spiel is, we're qualified because we're one of you. And I'm like, oh, where have I heard that before? Right. Already hate it. Andie's idealistic. Kenny wants things for the nerds. He's speaking to his constituents.
I feel like Kenny is trying to be like cool, like Walkmans and study hall. Yeah.
Yeah, but that would be dope.
It would be, but I don't think it's a nerd thing.
No, it's not. It would be good.
Yeah, so I think Kenny's trying to be like, hey, cool.
Yeah, but he also says that like people who have a 3.5 grade point average don't have to come in on Fridays. And that is appealing to the nerds. Yeah. Exactly.
He's right, though. I mean, they're smart. They deserve... They don't
have to go to school?
They get a little break.
Learn a little bit more. They probably want to be in school.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like no one does.
Well, Abby starts slinging mud. And I can't believe she got away with this for as long as she did. But she starts saying, we've got this convict's daughter and her running, and, the other person she's running with who's the daughter of a psycho who killed her own son in a car crash. And people are like, oh, but like, just because you got in a car accident and your son died, it's not like your fault.
Right.
They act like she murdered him on purpose.
I know.
I'm like, well, it was an accident. Like, she didn't, like, stab her son to death or something.
I know. I think the way she rolled it out was what made it, like,
Right.
Like, because it started off like, oh, the mom is, like, one shock treatment away from the loony bin or something
right.
like that.
Yeah.
And then Joey kind of stepped in and replied, and then Abby took it further. Like, I feel like she just built it up in a way where it was, like, disarming.
Yeah.
Like, she did play it, like, for effect.
Yeah.
And it really did freeze Andie, which is hard to watch.
It froze her. Yeah, well, she's like, mental illness is hereditary, basically saying that Andie must have problems too. And yeah, it reminded me of what they call Little Mermaid syndrome, which is where when you experience trauma and something reminds you of that trauma, you lose the ability to speak, just like Ariel in The Little Mermaid. That reminded me of that when I saw Andie unable to speak into the microphone, and I felt very sorry for her.
Me too. It was really sad. I think even Abby felt bad because she was like, Andie? Yeah.
That was fake.
Then she got over it.
She didn't feel bad. She was faking.
She kept attacking, yeah.
Yeah. And then the guy's like, this is quite enough. And I'm like, why didn't you step in 10 minutes ago? You could see it was getting too much.
He was kind of useless. Again, a useless teacher.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then Abby did kind of bounce back and say something snarky.
Yeah.
Like, I was just trying to ascertain the truth for the voting constituents or something like that.
Yeah.
Something smarmy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
ran off.
She's like so upset. Jack goes looking for her. Joey's like, wait, Jack, wait, let me talk to you. He's like, I don't have anything to say to you. I don't want to talk to you. And he's like real mean to her. And I was like, Jack, you better check yourself.
Yeah, he was upset. He was really pretty nasty, but And, I mean, he's under a lot of pressure. So, I understand the reaction, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I don't like it at all either.
Yeah. But Pacey does find Andie first in the girls' bathroom. And I feel like he does try to get through to her. Like, he's, like, calms her down. I mean, she starts talking about, like, stuff that her brother taught her. Like, oh, did you know it was 60 feet, 6 inches between home plate and the pitcher's mound or something?
Exactly. Yeah, she's, like, in her head.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's thinking about... Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I feel bad for Andie. It's been tough. Like, she's had it tough. But I feel like the episode is kind of setting us up to expect, like there are clues for what happens at the end. You know, like, the very beginning, she's so manic about the campaign, and now in the bathroom, I mean, she just went through a very traumatic thing that reminded her of, you know, her past, and now everybody knows it, which is a nice thing, too.
Yeah, it is. Because she just moved here.
Yeah, she has to live with it now forever. And it sounds like she just wanted nothing more than to pretend everything was totally fine.
Right.
And it seems like she's about to turn a corner and be okay. Like, her and Pacey are talking, and she's upset, but she seems like, yeah.
She can rationalize a little bit.
Yeah, right. But then, like, something snaps, and she chucks that campaign book at the mirror.
Yep. She goes right through it. But also, before she does that, she looks in the mirror, and she's like, I'm a mess. But her hair is perfect.
I know, no.
She just I'm like, you're not a mess. You look great. Like, what? I'm a mess. I'm like, you have a hair out of place. Your cardigan is still buttoned perfectly. I mean, you look like you're about to cry, but that's it. That's not a mess. That's just
that's
just having emotions. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I gotta talk about Abby's look, though. She was so 90s.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god. She had those huge butterfly clips.
Yes.
The real glittery eyeshadow.
Uh-huh.
And the lip liner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do people still use lip liner?
No, I don't think so. It's matte lips now. That's the thing.
Yeah, but you don't need liner for that? I mean, I've never used a lip liner ever, so I don't know.
The only time I've used lip liner was to use it as lipstick. Because it stays on very well.
You use the whole thing as lipstick?
Yeah, I'll just line my whole lips.
Oh.
It's nice. It doesn't smudge or anything.
I've never used it, so I just let my lipstick run all over my face. So.
You don't need it.
I didn't think you needed it, but I don't know. I don't use a lot of stuff. I don't use any of the contouring stuff. I don't use foundation. I don't use concealer.
Yeah. It's like primer.
I don't use primer.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I don't do anything to my eyebrows.
I don't either.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know makeup well enough.
Yeah, it's because we don't need it. We're just
Christine. No, that's not true. We just don't know it. It'd be interesting to know. Well, anyway, Abby's got a ton of it on, and it's very 90s.
It's so 90s, yeah. But, I mean, Andie's right. Like, we've definitely become a lessened society.
Oh, yeah. Politics used to mean something. And I'm like, girl, it's not going to mean anything the further along you go.
Isn't it sad we've really regressed?
It's
in a lot of ways,
sad.
our society has advanced a lot since Dawson's Creek. But in this big
In a lot of ways, it hasn't. In a lot of ways, it's gone backwards.
Yep.
Yeah, if they did a show like this now, they wouldn't be, like, bemoaning the mudslinging. They'd be talking about how to dig up more dirt on each other, and...
You're so right.
They'd be, like, filming each other having sex and, like, putting it out on the internet, and trying to entrap each other, and, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, filming something and then cutting it so it's completely out of context.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm getting stressed.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. But you're right. Yeah, it would be way, like, charged up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I feel like that's politics.
Yep.
And they wouldn't be wrong.
No. Well, anyway, D goes over to Mitch's house. He's happy.
Oh my God, yes.
He's like, I saw you banging Mom on the kitchen table. And Mitch is like, oh.
Saw you banging on the counter.
Wasn't
Mitch
me.
is like, wasn't me.
He's like, okay, it was me, but it was a mistake.
Yeah, it was a sex slip.
Oh my god, sex slip. I was like, that's what you're gonna tell your son?
I know.
It was a sex slip? That was messed up.
That was so crazy. I wrote that down. I was like, sex slip.
Yeah, Dee's like, you're gonna reconcile, right? And he's like, it was a sex slip. I was like, ooh, that's harsh.
Yeah. It was even crazier. I mean, it was funny to see him restoring an antique chair.
What is he up to?
He is not going to restore his antique marriage. Mitch.
Mitch, I hate you.
Yeah. Boo. Yeah, so Dawson's crushed by that.
He's really upset.
You could sleep over. It
won't mess with my head. Yes, it will. Clearly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, he's like, it was a sex slip, and it won't happen again. Which I was like, Mitch, you don't know. You slipped once, you'll slip twice.
Ooh, yeah. Slip twice.
Slip me once. Shame
on me.
You.
Shoo. I feel like Butch now. Did he mess this up?
Yeah, he said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you won't fool me again.
That's right.
Oh my god.
We said that the exact same way.
Yeah, I know. It was funny. Yeah, so Dawson is like very, very upset, and he seeks comfort in Jen. Normally he would be running to Joey. He runs right to Jen.
Yes, I know he keeps doing this, and I was like,
I know, things are changing, and he was like, I am very much my age emotionally, maybe even younger. So he's coming to realize that he is that he does need to I don't know, accept who he is emotionally, and he thinks that he needs to start changing his actions in order to have his feelings change.
right.
And that's basically what Mitch said.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So
which I think is true. Like, that's a good move. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it was
hard.
interesting to hear him talk about how he's, yes, philosophically maybe more mature, maybe, but emotionally way stunted. So that's a good piece of self-awareness for Dawson.
Yeah.
But I was interested at Jen, like, what the heck is Jen doing? She's, like, packing? Moving her clothes all over?
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing in her closet.
Yeah, it was just like, is she going away? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing, Jen? Maybe they just wanted to give her something to be physically doing.
Yeah, it seems that way, but it's lazy.
It is. I know. It's never explained.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's getting Dawson to come out of his emotional closet.
Right.
For the metaphor.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But now he's game. He's like, sign me up for the class, baby.
Right.
I'm gonna go be a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Let's regress. And she's like, all right, right up my alley. Let's start right now. And
yeah, she can't wait. She's like, screw my closet. Let's go toilet paper someone's house and ruin their night.
Yeah, I know.
Like, again, you're being a little shit. Like, that's not a nice thing to do.
It's not. At least it's like, that's more harmless than stealing something.
Yes, but then it's a lot of cleanup.
Yeah, and I didn't catch whose house it was.
Yeah. They didn't say.
Maybe it's a bad person?
Maybe we'll find out. A bad person. Maybe it's Abby Morgan's.
Oh, that would be fine.
We'll find out next episode.
Yeah, I'm curious. I hope we do.
But it's weird because, like,
caught.
Abby was trying to steal a couple episodes ago, and I feel like Jen was like, don't steal. And now she's all about stealing.
Yeah, that's right. And it was like that same store.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That poor store, they're not making any profit.
They're not. They need a security guard.
They really do.
Mitch needs a job. He should go work there.
Why doesn't he have a job?
I know.
I mean,
He's
why?
restoring antique chairs, I guess, and fixing.
Oh, how is he affording that loft?
No, he's not fixing appliances at all. He's bad.
No,
at
he's
that.
terrible at it. Definitely call a plumber next time.
Yeah, don't call Mitch.
Hmm.
But yeah, then, they're in the woods, I guess. They run from the house to the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And Dawson you can see he's on the high now. He's like, I am rebellious. I feels great. I love
he feels good.
I'm up for anything. And Jen is
He's
like,
DTF.
all right. Drop your pants.
Were you screaming internally when this happened?
I was like, whoa.
I was like, they're gonna bone, and I'm gonna get to check another thing off my Dawson's to-do list. Not quite.
Not yet. Oh, so close, though.
So close. They were naked and they were kissing. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't jump the gun.
Yeah. But no, they were. I mean, all right.
Okay, so she suggests skinny dipping. Dee starts giggling. He can't stop.
So cute.
Jen takes off her clothes and she drapes her bra on his shoulder. She goes running into the water. Dee strips down. He hides his little ding-a-ling with a tree branch. Then he throws caution to the wind and he runs into the water. Oh my god, they start talking about if they've had sex dreams about each other. I mean, it's really popping off.
It is so hot, yeah.
Oh, it's not bad. It's not hot.
It's not hot, but it's very sexual.
Yes.
So sexually charged. And, like, I don't know. I feel like of all of the activities they do, skinny dipping was, like, the rebellious thing.
Yeah.
I was like...
Right.
And it was fun. I mean, that's
true.
something that's so fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. It's like a good time. It just feels good. It's very liberating. And I feel like you do kind of change emotionally the first time you do it. I don't know what it is, but it's just kind of like, oh, I've done this. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, they get like really, and they're like really close to each other too. I'm like,
oh,
they probably
yeah.
like brushed up against each other.
Right.
You know?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, so it's like getting romantic and hot and heavy. Jen's even like, I'm naked and all wet. You know, it's like...
Right, yeah, she's hinting at it.
Yeah, she's hinting at it. The dream, she's the one that asked Dawson if he's ever had a dream about her. And she even clarifies, like, no, I mean, like, the sex...
Yeah, I mean, she's pushing it.
She's pushing it. And that's why, Mary, when Dawson eventually, like, goes in for the kiss...
Yeah.
And Jen shuts it down so fast. Like, hold on.
I know. What were you thinking?
Yeah, like, you really were leading him on.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say, I want to just try to be your friend. Like, Joey would never do all that. I was, like, begging Joey to do all that when she wanted him so much.
I know.
She's like, no, I'm just going to be a friend. But, man, Jen is like, it's like you're trying to get with him.
Yes.
So
you're naked.
Yes.
You were never naked together when you were dating. Now you're naked. Come on.
Oh my god, that's true.
You know? They always have their feet on the floor.
Oh my god. Poor Dawson. I was like, that's tough.
Yeah. It is tough.
I was confused. I was like, well, Jen, I guess this is the first episode where they really did have that. Like, Dawson ran to her for help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe she's like, it's finally going well. I just want to make it last.
Yeah, maybe she just also isn't quite sure about how to be a man's friend yet, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. She's mostly like the girl the guys want to be with or whatever. Not really the friend.
Right.
And she's also very flirty.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
She just likes to flirt. Yeah.
And she's just used to doing that.
Yeah. All right. I mean, it wasn't bad though. Like Dawson didn't storm out of the water in anger. You know, like
no, he was surprised, but you know when she says like, I want to feel a different way too, so I'm going to do a different action, and that action is being your friend, and that too is confusing to Dawson because of his friendship with Joey, and he's like Joey was my friend, and she's like, well, there are a lot of different ways to be someone's friend.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
I know. Yeah, we'll see. I'm shocked he hasn't lost it yet.
Me too. Me too. So we skipped over a little Yeah, I know. I'm like, I mean, he's only 15 though.
Yeah, I know. He's very young.
But it's just the way they talk about it all the time. It's like, anyway, we skipped over kind of a big thing. Andie is sitting in a rocking chair, creepily looking out the window like a creepy old lady. Jack comes up behind her and he's like, listen, your highs and lows are becoming really intense lately. And I'm like, since when? This one episode where she went through an extremely traumatic and embarrassing thing. And like, this is what I kind of don't like. The part that I don't like to this episode is that they're acting like being upset is like being sad or being upset is something that needs to be medicated away. And it's like, no, she did go through trauma and she should be able to feel that. And getting upset doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. Sadness and anger are healthy emotions, and suppressing them is unhealthy. And so the fact that he jumps to, I think you should go back on your pills. I'm like, maybe she should see a doctor before you start prescribing her. Yeah, it just felt a bit like, and also like this is really like she's hyper, yeah, but this is like the first episode where I've ever seen her out of control. So, but for good reason, because things were really wild this episode for her. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. That reminds me of like the mom, because I was thinking a lot about the mom too.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, okay, the mom. She's not able to cope with the son's death.
Yeah.
She still talks like he's alive and everything. But that would be such a traumatic experience to be the cause of his death in a car crash.
Right.
And then to have your husband leave.
Yeah.
Like,
let her feel it.
Her world fell apart.
Yes.
You know, and I know, like, there are many people where that happened. Well, I don't know how many. But people that happens to and they don't end up going crazy like that in that way.
Mm-hmm.
So there must be something in the family where they're predisposed to this, but like it was definitely triggered by a terrible event, you know. So it's true. I was like, does that mean she's crazy, or is she just like trying to deal with something very difficult and she's just a human being? You know. So, yeah. But you're right. Yeah, we've seen Andie hyper, but I think this is the first time we've seen her like violent.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I agree. She should probably give it a little time.
Yeah, or like just talk to a therapist. Like you're 15, your brain is still growing, so maybe you shouldn't be flooding it with pills. I don't know. I don't know. I just think people should be allowed to feel their emotions, the full range of them.
Right. And I guess we don't know the full story. Like, we don't know.
No, we don't, but it's the way they set it up is that if you ever cry or lose your temper, then you need to be medicated. That's the way that Dawson's Creek has made it seem. You know, I'm not necessarily saying that's the way because we don't know anything about Andie's history, but that's the way that the show has kind of done that, to, in my opinion, in like an unhealthy way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like other examples, like because I know Joey gets mad.
Yeah,
but I don't know if like.
But her madness is like when she gets mad, it's anger, and it's not really. She doesn't cry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like being angry and being mean to people is normal, but crying and wanting to be alone is no good. And I don't know, I could just see teenagers watching the show and being like, oh, I should be on pills. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I just think you have to like be aware of like, well, who your audience is.
That's true. I mean, that is a big responsibility.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see how they'll treat it whenever the day comes when we get to see Dawson cry.
Ooh, I can't wait. He gets close. He gets close at the end of this episode.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone through some toughness.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like the final pitch over the intercom at school. Everyone's going to give their quick pitch, their quick idea. And Abby and Chris are super confident. They say it's as locked up as Joey's father.
Yeah.
Andie thinks that she's fine. She's about to give the speech, and then she realizes, you know what, I can't do this, and she runs off. And Pacey kind of steps in, and he, very slyly, but I knew exactly what he was doing, puts his finger on the intercom button so that this is transported throughout the whole school. And he asks Abby why she is paired up with Chris. And she says, I'm just using that walking penis for his popularity. I'm going to rule the school and no one can stop me. Like, she sounds like a kind of a super villain.
She sure does.
And Pacey really gloats about the fact, like, oh, oops, I'm so stupid. I didn't even realize I was pressing this button. Oh, wait, it's exactly what I wanted to do. But it's like, I'm wondering if this would even harm Abby. Because everyone knows she's mean.
I was finding myself wondering that, too.
Like, they already know that that's, this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone who knows her.
Look at the case in point of our current president.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, she should probably get more votes.
Right? I know. It's twisted, but yes.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe the one thing that did was like the knife in the nail in the coffin was the part where she said everyone is too stupid to do anything about it. People don't like being called stupid.
Right.
I feel like that kind of didn't... Was it Mitt Romney when he was like, 42% of the country is... I don't even remember what he said. But he, like, called out a big portion of people.
Right.
And it might not have even been him. So I really should have on this. I'm, like, trying to remember.
Good job. Christine works in D.C.
I do. I'm, like, flooded with this all day.
Oh, my God.
But this was, like, old news.
Right.
Like, that was like, ooh, no.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, people were like, you're done.
Right.
So I feel like that might have been the one thing that really killed her.
Yeah, and Pacey's like, school's yours when he says that to Kenny.
Yes.
And it's like, well, I don't know, just because they didn't make an announcement, Andie's still running, so maybe you should vote for her? I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Unless they're disqualified.
I can't do it. I don't want to run. I don't know.
Right, I don't know. Yeah, but I'm really confused now, right? Because they've been sophomores since the pilot. We're on season 2, episode double digits. And they're still sophomores and they're just doing their class president election. So how frickin' slow is time crawling?
Oh, yeah. Unless they're doing the elections for next year? Like, do you
No, they say they're going to be sophomore class president.
Oh, man.
They were sophomores in the pilot. I have no clue what's going on. There's no season change. It's always fall. It's bizarre. But still, it's warm enough to go skinny dipping.
Yes.
And, to have yacht parties or whatever party Pacey threw.
Pacey's birthday.
They've had 2 dances. It's like, I just can't make sense of what timeline we're on.
I guess it's again just...
There's been a hurricane. It's lazy. It's like... It's very lazy.
Inconsistent. Oh,
yes, man. All over the map.
Yeah. You're totally right.
Back at Dee's abode, Gail is on a cleaning spree. She's finding a lot of dust bunnies all over the place. She's seeming pretty chipper, and yet she's just been served her papers. She's going through the big D, and I don't mean Dawson.
Aw, D. D. No, it's not Dawson. No, yeah, she's doing the Joey, maybe, like when something happens, you don't want to deal with it, you just clean. You're like, all right, time to clean up my life.
Yeah, out with the old and with the new.
Yeah, exactly. Moving on.
Yeah, she's like, I'm moving on. But how long have they even been separated for? Again, this is where a timeline would help. I'm like, how are you moving on from your marriage when D hasn't even moved on from his high school fling? It's just so confusing.
Oh, I know, but Dee is so emotionally regressed.
They were married.
I know.
For at least 15 years.
I don't think she's totally over it, but I think she's like, I'm going to deal with it. Especially when Dawson's around. Yeah. I think she does a good job of holding it together in front of him.
Right.
I mean, she's better than Mitch at that. She's not like, oh, we just had a sex slip.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, Dawson, it's hurting him a lot, so I think she's trying to be sensitive of that.
Right.
But yeah, it's happening. I was wondering. I was like, are they gonna divorce? Are they gonna get back together? I guess things could still happen.
I guess.
But it seems like the divorce is on the horizon.
Yeah, I just want it to end at this point. I'm like, screw Mitch, I hate him.
Yeah, Gail could pull someone great.
Oh my god, yeah.
Totally could. Yeah.
Yeah, so then Jack gives like he apologizes to Joey, and I'm just like, dude, too little, too late.
Mary's like, nope.
I'm in Club No Second Chances for Jack. I'm over it.
Yeah, that was hard. That was harsh.
What do you think? He's like, I need to be the Rock. Like,
Yeah,
red flag.
Jack is a rock.
If you can't
He's
feel
a secret
emotions,
rock.
yeah, and he says my life is all secrets. Red flag number 2. He's throwing red flags out left and right. No.
It's not good. Yeah, no, I know. I feel like that's like a hint at something I saw a spoiler about.
I know. I'm like annoyed by this spoiler because I'm like, why are they bothering with the storyline if it's all fake?
I know. It's painful.
It makes me very annoyed. Because I feel like they're going to pretend like none of this happened, like they do on this show.
Of course they will.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
I don't remember.
Oh, you know, he broke up her relationship, but he never felt anything for her. It's just going to make me so angry.
Yeah, I don't know how I don't really buy it unless, I don't know. We'll see how they play.
It's making me mad already. It's not even happened yet. Okay, so Joey is like, it's okay. Like, I know you're going through a hard time because she's like way too accommodating with these guys that she likes. She's like, I know you're going through a hard time, but like, when my mom was dying, I had this amazing friend, and like
she totally still loves D.
Duh, she's talking about the D, obviously. Oh my god, she like doesn't say his name, but it's like Jack's like, you don't have any other friends. You're in Club No Friends.
She's like, you're really not being very sneaky. Yeah.
It's obviously D that you're talking about. And she's like, when my mom was dying, he would just sit with me quietly, and then when it got really bad, he'd just hold my hand. I'm like, you just sit and touch hands. I mean, it's nice. It's very nice. And it makes me like D more than I already do. I do like D. I don't hate D. I just like to hate on him.
I do too. I really like him though.
I like him too. Yeah. And then Jack and Joey hold hands. And I'm like, girl, you're doing shit you did with the D with the new guy. And that's not cool.
Yeah. But I mean, he needs something right then.
Yeah, he does. That's true.
Yeah, I think she's just trying to help.
But he knows he's just the rebound.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, she's talked about Dawson. She talked about him on their lightning date.
Oh my god, she can't stop talking about Dawson.
I know. They're just too entwined.
Yeah, it's true.
Then
we're back at Andie's place. She's washing her face and the phone rings.
Yeah.
Christine, have you ever gotten a phone call when you're washing your face and not dried your face before you put a freaking piece of electronics next to your face?
That bothered me.
Well, you're going to electrocute yourself and your face is all wet.
Yeah, that was really... I was like...
Oh, it made me so mad.
I know you're going through some mental issues, but come on.
Dry your face first.
Together. Yeah.
Oh my god, it made me so angry.
It would also feel terrible.
Oh, I know. I can't stand a wet face.
It's awful.
It's the worst feeling.
Yeah.
So then it's Pacey. Apparently he's being super cute on the phone because she's answering all these questions like he's being cute. Like he says apparently like, what are you doing tonight? Because she's like, oh, I'm just hanging out, or I can't tonight. And then he's like, how are you? Probably because she's like, I'm going to be my old self tomorrow. And then she pops some pills. And she's like, I promise. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I like Pacey though.
I love Pacey.
Yeah.
I like him more this episode, for his behavior this episode, than for Reluctant Hero. Because when he went to go find her in the bathroom, that was very sweet. He didn't have to do that. He really went hunting for her. He gave her a great speech. He was really there for her. He wasn't afraid when she threw that book.
Yeah, he didn't write her off. He didn't do that.
Not at all. He called her to check on her.
Yeah. Took up the campaign manager role.
Yeah. Even though he clearly didn't want to do it, he still put in the effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when they were like having banter and she's like, oh, he was like, your sincerity is so sexy. And she's like, your sexiness is so sincere. And he's like, oh, you think I'm sexy? And what's so sexy about me? And she's like, how smart you are. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. Like, that's what he needs to hear, that he's smart.
That's a good point. Yeah, everyone's telling him he's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's not. He's smart.
He's not, yeah. Good manager.
Good manager, yes.
So yeah, like that concludes. Oh well, actually, then D.
Oh, the best scene.
Yeah, you talk about it. You're excited about it.
Yeah. So Dawson, he's learned from his mom that his parents are actually going to get the divorce, and he once again goes to Jen in his time of need for the second time this episode, and I think they're in the kitchen, and he kind of tells her like it's going to happen. They're going to get divorced. And he's running through his monologue, I know how I should feel about this, like how my head is telling me to feel about this. I could be mature and have this reaction. But what do I do? Do I let my emotions take over? I want to just kind of like let myself feel all this. Do I go with my head or do I go with my heart?
Right.
And then what wins out? And then Jen, brilliant, just beautiful line. What always wins out, Dawson? It's just like, oh my God. And then it's just so sweet. Dawson is like breaking down and Jen's like, oh, like, just come here. And she lets him put his head on her shoulder and just be together and be sad. And, Dawson's like, thank you for being here. And Jen's like, oh, well, thank you for letting me.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
And, like, that's so sweet. It's just, like, very real. And I don't know. I feel like the last episode with their whole, like, you're special, you just want to be special, that was very touching and honest. And, like, Dawson really helped her in that episode. In this episode, they're also very honest and pretty eloquent, and now Jen is repaying the favor and helping Dawson. It's just, like, nice to see that they can do this for real.
It is.
And it seems more, I mean, we know that Dawson and Joey have done this for each other, but I don't know. It seems like, I don't know. When we saw it last, it was like Joey had to keep something from Dawson, and then he blew it. Like always, kind of got very dramatic. Like maybe it's because of that sexual tension there. It's just hard to navigate all those feelings at once.
Right.
So it might be good that Jen kind of was like, let's just be friends. She really does need a friend, and so does Dawson. So
yeah, they do. They're both in need of friends.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Dawson isn't in a worse state than he is.
I know he's for all he's saying about his emotional immaturity, he's not that.
No, he's not. And he's going through a lot. His parents are divorcing. He's going through a breakup. He's getting older. Like, he's going through high school. Him and Pacey aren't spending as much time together because Pacey has a girlfriend now. I mean, there's just a lot of change. His dad's moved out. It's like, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's like for
Joey doesn't want to do the movie with him anymore.
I know. Yeah, and he's written a bad script. Yeah, he's like, nothing is really going well.
Nothing. He doesn't have any wins. Well, he won the film festival.
That was great. Yeah, but yeah, Joey wasn't that excited, which put a damper on it. It's like,
it did.
You want to share those moments
with your bestie.
Jen was like legit excited, but
right.
Yeah, that's all he's got, really.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It was the ending. I did get a little teary-eyed, listeners.
Yeah. Christine.
You know me.
I do.
That was a great episode.
It was a really good episode. I hope it continues along in that vein.
I know. Yeah, and I felt like just for the time that we've watched it, like this time of life, or to like current events that didn't come out right. It was interesting, very interesting to watch it now.
Yeah,
to talk about it now. I enjoyed that. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, Christine texted me midweek, like, I feel like we were meant to talk about this episode.
I do. I mean, the whole theme of our podcast.
Yeah.
And the whole theme of this episode, I was like, oh, okay, here we go.
Okay, buckle up.
Yeah.
Listeners, it's a full moon tonight.
Oh, listeners, I'm feeling it.
Christine's feeling it. I'm drinking wine, so I'm okay right now. But I got hit by a car today, so...
That's right, listeners. And I thought Mary was joking, and I laughed.
Yeah, she texted... I was like, I got hit by a car today, and she was like, haha. I was like, what?
I feel so guilty.
I was like, yeah. It didn't hurt, and I'm fine. A car backed into me, and I started screaming, but I'm okay.
Thank God. Listeners, could you imagine?
I know. I'm recording, so clearly I'm fine. But I am drinking, so, It was just a bit of a shock.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I am raw and dark, So I'm good. And that brings us to this week's dare. I failed. I thought about it, but I didn't want to call anyone a goof. I didn't want to, put anyone down. That's not my style. And the other one was something like, you're not as subtle as you're genuine, and that's so weird. I didn't want to say that.
A tough one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand. I tried to say mine.
Oh, here we go. You know what I did say this week, though? I did say fuck that shit, and I thought of Dawson when I said it.
Yes.
I know that was your dare from last week, but I said it, so.
I know, that's the one that I said.
I said it talking about boys.
Hey, it's applicable.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, it's applicable.
That's awesome. That's
yes.
Awesome. I didn't say, hey, want to play. Because
you
I
didn't
didn't feel like being that flirty with the person I was hanging out with.
Hey, want to play?
Hey, you want to play? And I didn't either. I didn't say my intentions here are honorable.
No. Why not?
I don't know. I said
they were dishonorable
on Twitter as a joke, but
you said it on Twitter as a joke. That doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Yeah.
No.
No, I failed. Get a big F.
F for me too. Well, this you can tell. Okay, this is what you can say to someone. This is a good one. You can say you're a born leader. That's a compliment.
Oh.
That's a nice. You can lift. You make someone's day by saying that.
That's awesome. I need to do that.
Okay.
We could all use a little positivity and affirmation right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or you can say, oh, this is so easy. This is so easy. You want another easy one?
I do.
You can say, politics used to mean something.
Oh, that is too easy. I love it.
If you don't do it, I win. I win the whole show.
All right.
Because it's just too
politics
easy.
Used to mean something. I hope I say that tomorrow.
You better say it.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I might say it 3 times.
Say it thrice and then say you're a born leader.
Yeah, you're a born leader. Oh man. All right, Mary. I am looking for my quotes for you. I did kind of want to give you the one that we talked about before.
Uh-oh. Which one?
This is kind of along the lines of the politics one.
Okay.
But maybe a little more difficult. But it's my goal is to make government good and safe again.
But I don't work in government.
Rather than make America great again.
Government good and safe?
Good and safe again.
But Christine, I don't work in politics. I work in education. And entertainment.
Entertainment, you could be like, I'm talking about a play about politics.
But I'm not.
Might be tough then. Might be tough.
Christine, this sucks. Give me a second one.
Of course I'm gonna give you a second one.
Okay. I give you 2 easies.
All right, I'm gonna give you. You could throw that one out if you want. It's a backup. I'll give you 2 different ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you a flirty one and then like a silly one.
Yes, give me a flirty one.
Yes, I know you love the flirts. All right, this is something Jen said to Big D.
Oh, awesome.
Is that a tree branch, or are you just happy to see
Christine,
me?
how am I going to say that?
It's Central Park.
What am I going to Central Park?
How do you live in New York City?
Christine, that's not a thing.
It's not an easy one?
No. Oh my god. Also, I'm going to have to like put a tree branch in front of some guy's D, and then just to set up that joke, and he's gonna be like, "You are the weirdest girl I've ever met." And
he'll
I'm
be so
your phone
excited.
number.
He'll be so interested.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You gotta sell it.
Oh my god.
The other one is another Jen quote.
Becca, you should say that to your husband. Is that a tree branch, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, Becca.
Dare for you. Dare for you.
Take him on a picnic, and then drop that line.
Yes.
And then go skinny dipping. It'll be very romantic.
Ooh! Double dog dare.
Ooh, yeah, that is a double D.
Double D dare.
Double doggy D dare. All
right. Give me my next one.
All right, your next one is nightmares aside. Have you ever dreamt about me?
Christine, these are so hard.
You gotta blame Kevin Williamson.
I can't do any of these.
You know,
I can't just say I am raw and dark.
What's that?
I can't just say I am raw and dark.
Well, no. How
am I going to ask if they've dreamt about me?
Your friends?
That's weird.
It could be like after you said something like kind of crazy.
Yeah, as usual since I started playing this game.
I know. People are ready for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
Options, Mary.
They're terrible options, and I'm never giving you easy ones like I did this week again.
Well, I'm sorry. They're the only quotes I wrote down.
I am raw and dark.
I feel like you're not allowed to give it to yourself, though.
Ah!
But if you say it, you could get a point, I guess. Why not?
Oh, I can?
We're so bad at the game, so...
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know, listeners. I'm too nice. I think I'm just too...
Oh, I gave you easy ones. Easy peasy.
I know, but most of the time, they're all very difficult.
No.
And even if they're easy, they're difficult. Because we forget them.
That's true.
But anyway, we'll try our best. We'll see how we do.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
all right, listeners. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yes, thank you.
Talking Dawson with us. I feel like that's the name of a different pod.
It is,
sorry,
yeah. So
sorry, y'all.
You know, this is when Dawson cries.
Thanks for crying with us. It's when
Wah, wah,
Wow.
wah. Dawson cries. Oh my god! All right,
Follow
listeners.
us on Twitter. Listen to
WH.
our apps. Tell your friends about it.
Yeah.
Share it far and wide.
All right. With that, good night. Enjoy this full moon.
Yeah, be safe out there. Don't go kissing anyone after a man who drank a lot of coffee leaves you a love poem on a napkin. Don't do it.
Good advice, Christine. Good advice.
Hey, I'm just like preaching what Dawson taught me.
Nice. All right. Bye, listeners.
Bye. Bye-bye.